It has been a good long while. Hi guys, this is Connie, and you'll probably hear Baby Bear in the background. Hopefully not too much. Put a tiny barrier, hopefully, to make the sound decent. It is Friday, November 12th, 2021. I have not done an update video. Let me rephrase that. I have not published publicly an updated video in a really long time. After my birthday in July, I think, I just got out of the habit and didn't make Connie Reads a priority. And I've since had a lot of different things happen, not just to me personally, but also just have not been coping with stress very well. I keep starting books and projects and I don't seem to finish them. And it looks like I'm on track to continue to do the same things, but I know if nothing changes, everything stays the same. So I would like to do this again. First off, let me say, hi guys, this is Connie, and I think I probably already said that, but for those who either are just finding my channel after reading something from Connie Reads and you've decided to subscribe, or however it is that you have found this, welcome to my channel. I'm Connie. Now I have to think about it. After 2020, I feel like there's so much that could be said, but I feel like we've all gotten super stressed out. I feel like my 38th year doesn't count, or 37th for that matter, because we spent like a year indoors. I live in the Northern Virginia area, and I hope to believe that I can read and speak because I do Connie Reads. This is going to be the thing I use to start updating the channel again, brand new. I have been just in a season in the last couple of months between anniversaries and recent passings that just feels like a season of suck, but also knowing that I want to be helpful, not just processing my own grief for various losses, but just knowing that I'm not alone in the things that I experience, and stumbled upon this book. And since it's written by an old white guy, I don't feel any kind of shame in reading this out loud on the internet. So this is the update / introduction to Journey with Grief, Navigating the First Year by Larry Warner. One of the greatest inspirations for picking up this book or even finding this book, and therefore this whole series of Connie Reads, Journey with Grief, is dedicated to Matthew Gillette. If ever I actually post some of my video diaries, you will see me process very ungracefully the sudden loss of this friend and spiritual brother. And my heart continues to go out to Abby and their daughter. This seems pretty timely. The nice thing about this, I'm wondering if I should make it an official introduction or if I should just continue to keep this as an update. Obviously, I got my hair cut. This is probably the shortest my hair has been in over a decade, almost 2 decades. And it feels weird saying that, but now that I'm like 38 years old, part of me goes, yeah, when you were like 18, you went to master's commission and you did significant things to your hair, including wearing it pretty short. But I don't think I've ever left it. Yeah, it's always been about here on an average. I took a lot off the back. It feels so nice, but it also feels very unusual and different because there's always been hair there. There's still lots and lots of hair. It's so ridiculously thick. Lots of learning. God willing, lots of unlearning, because I've learned anti-racism is important and it's difficult, and there's no clear cut, I've arrived at being anti-racist. But when I stopped doing regular Connie Reads videos, that was something that I was actively trying to do behind the scenes as well. And being reminded that it's easy to just talk about yourself a lot in these videos when you don't have some sort of clear, focused goal in mind. So let me first off, let me continue this 6-minute ramble. I just see the timer going now and I'm like, thank you. I want to say thank you, not just because it's November and it's a year that we remember and try to magnify gratitude, but I am very fortunate to have the subscribers that I have, to have the comments that I have on my channel. I've always called myself a lazy YouTuber because I just want to make videos on my phone. I've been learning a lot. I'm planning on maybe doing updated videos, because some of the videos that I did back in the early 2000s were just problematic because I didn't know any better or understood that some of the things that I had recorded and worn and presented were terribly problematic and offensive. But the beauty of growing and learning and getting older is you become hopefully more wiser and start to know when an apology is appropriate, necessary, and genuine. And nothing speaks louder than learning to live differently than you were before you felt the need to apologize. That sounded very grown up. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I feel like I'm trying to reorganize in my life that I have not successfully started to reorganize. And if you've ever had to reorganize or clean up a mess to make a space better or make something else better in your life, the mess gets worse before it gets better. And that's where I feel like this season has left me, is I feel like I'm a mess. Not just because I have a throat cold thing going on, so my voice is very different. It's slightly different than what I'm used to, and I'm always distracted by one thing or another. Usually it's my beautiful daughter. Remember to look in the corner. Oh, good job. That was really good. Yeah, you do it really fast. And now we're watching some Peppa Pig? Okay. Hopefully that all gets blocked out, because I don't need that in the background. But I want to be a finisher. I want to start learning how to not just improve my life, but just make a better impact on the world, hopefully glorifying God. I'm in the middle of some books. Apparently I'm in the middle of some shedding. Insecurities and self-esteem issues. But yes, I already know I've definitely got plenty more Connie Reads to do, and some comments. I see all of the comments, by the way. I get email updates on them, and the ones that are trolly that I have access to, you find that when you find somebody who likes to troll pretty often, you go and you check their channel out, and their channel has no content. And it reminds me that, like, that's how I need to feel about the comments that are made, is that this person has no content. And did I say content or did I say comment? I feel like I got my words mixed up. But hopefully you still understand what I'm trying to say. And the point is that at least it's been my experience that a lot of the trolley comments that I have received, and I don't receive many, but most of them come from people with no content and therefore shouldn't be taken very seriously, or what has happened in recent days as I start trying to at least stand up for equity in many factors of where I am as an American living very close to our nation's capital, and everything that goes on and has been going on, at least to be made up more aware of it in 2020 and continuing. People will come back into your life just to make a comment that they want to exit your life. And you have to remember not just the snarky idea of, this is not an airport terminal, you do not need to announce your departure, but the fact that there is no open line of communication once you decide to make that exit and make that exit known. It means that, in my opinion, let me use a scripture term, that you're stiff-necked. And if you know anything about the Proverbs, that's a bad thing to be. And I definitely have felt the same kind of rigidity in my own spirit on occasion. And I'm very thankful for the grace to continue to learn how to be flexible in many situations. I will definitely admit I have a hard time listening. I still have a hard time listening. And I get much more defensive than I should in a lot of situations. But I think it's because I'm getting ready to hear something that I've heard most of my life, and I am trying to learn new things that I'm only just now waking up to the fact that there even is the existence of other people's experiences and cultures, and that I have been at such a loss for not knowing anything beyond my own personal bubble of whiteness. And I don't want that same experience for my kids, for younger generations, to as much as you want people to learn from your mistakes, I also need to learn from my mistakes and understanding that there is such a vast, beautiful, unique world out there that doesn't look anything like the experience I've had growing up, and that I am better for learning about that, which is why I want to make certain learning opportunities more accessible when I have the ability to do so, which is why I continue to read books on the internet for free. And it's actually at a cost to me, because I'm buying the books or I'm going out and getting the books, and I hated reading as a kid, and now I'm learning how important reading is, and reading really is fundamental. And I learned so much more when I get the opportunity to sit down and read. But with the world opening back up and starting to speed off again, I'm starting to recognize that it's very easy to just get caught up and distracted and have way too much noise. And I have grown accustomed to the noise, and silence feels very foreign and uncomfortable. So learning with that and everything. If you stuck around for 14 minutes while I've rambled on about the updates of my life and how everything is going, thank you. I'm almost curious and willing to try and challenge and engage you to say something in the comments that say when you showed up, how you found the channel, and what is something in your life right now that you are actively trying to learn to just be better. And it's not just because I'm aiming for perfection. I know I have found myself wanting. I have found myself at a depletion in many obvious ways and not so obvious ways. my most recent updates to my bio things and most of my social media things. Shameless plug for @Connie Tryon at most social media stuff is something to the effect of, I have nothing better to say that hasn't been said better by better. Let's do better. So that's where I'm at. What are you doing to do better? Huh?
Why is this shirt here?
Why is what shirt there?
This shirt.
So that we don't lose it before we have the big Thanksgiving meal together. Do you want to come say hi? I'm recording. I'm gonna get ready to end the video real quick. You say hi?
Hi.
So I let her put on one of my shirts. Oh, you're a sweetheart. So can you say be careful with that?
Be careful with that.
And enjoy.
And enjoy.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
And we will see you for the next video.
Yeah,
Probably. Oh, you don't have to repeat that part, baby. Where I'm going to start this and hopefully finish this and start finishing projects. We got to do better about being a finisher. What do you have to be better at doing? Let me know. Can you go ahead and hit the button? Say bye.
Bye.
There we go.
The right one.
Nope, that's the camera.